This podcast is a production of UBT Media. The Keepin It Classic podcast is brought to you by Sweet Patina, where you can get your patina care products and professional level paint products all in one place at sweetpatina.com. And by Auto Metal Direct, where you can get all your sheet metal for your classic car or truck, interior parts, and other goodies at autometaldirect.com. More than metal. And by Tinworks Fabrication, where you'll find quality GM suspension components made right here in the USA with quality and passion for the hobby and the community. Check out tinworksfabrication.com to get all your GM truck suspension components today. And by Coaters ATL, your Metro Atlanta source for powder coating, ceramic, media blast. Head over to customcoatersatl.com and get all your coating needs at Custom Coaters ATL. Oh, and hey, real quick, we're doing a new giveaway, a truck giveaway. It's a 1967 K20 3/4 ton four-wheel drive, and I'm calling it the Hammer Down giveaway because it's an old well drilling truck from the state of Washington, eligible to participants in the USA and Canada. Head over to unitedbytrucks.com/giveaway for all the details, all the rules to entry. Every $5 spent is an entry, and as always, no purchase necessary. Again, head over to unitedbytrucks.com/giveaway for all the rules. We got Garrett in here producing today.
Mr. Producer Man.
Mr. Producer Man. We also got Dave Tarpy, Wild Man of Waverly, down from Waverly, Tennessee. Do you mind that I call you that?
No.
I think it's funny. It definitely fits with your personality, at least your personality to me anyway.
Yeah, I try to live up to it most of the time.
You do. You live up to it very well. We've been filming here for the last 24 hours. We're doing a podcast kind of after the fact, but wrenching in the shop, working on the giveaway truck, the K20 UBT giveaway truck. And
full thrash mode.
Full thrash mode. Oh, we're all kind of sore, you know. Dave's used to working with lifts. We've been working on our back, on our knees, you know, doing the whole deal. What y'all think about that? Did y'all have some fun with it?
Oh yeah, no, I had a lot of fun. It really kind of brought me back to the beginning of working on stuff like that.
Yep.
It lets you appreciate the tools and like once you get them, you're like, how did I ever work without them?
Absolutely.
Yeah, leave it to me to bring you back to your childhood of or your youthful building of trucks, because now you got a full body shop. I mean, you got you got every tool. Angle that mic towards you. There you go. You got a full body shop with all the tools.
Yeah, no, I got real lucky with that. It's hard working at home or elsewhere, because you always need something that's not there.
Yes. Yeah, you've been dogging me on my lack of tool selection really since I've known you. You come down and work with me on trucks before.
I heard that story a couple times.
I'll just say the first time I came down here, there was not one complete set of sockets. So now I bring a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Well, one cool thing you do have is that snap-on, traveling tool case, essentially.
Yeah, that's actually a military. It was made for the military. It's called a GMTK, General Mechanics Toolkit.
No kidding.
Yep.
Very, very cool. How many pieces? Do you know how many pieces?
I have no clue, but within reason, it has a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Hammers, wire wheels, punches.
It's got wire wheels in there.
Yeah.
That's very cool. I mean, it's what? How many drawers do you think it is?
Probably 5.
5, and it's got all that in it.
Yeah, 2 full sets of wrenches. Ratchet wrench and standard wrench.
Incredible. Yeah, I remember us talking about it when you bought yours. There was a guy, I guess, was he local to you or?
Yeah. He his family had an industrial maintenance company.
Yeah.
So they would go into these factories and then have those tools with them.
Yeah. He ended up having a couple of kits.
Yeah, they had several of them, but how they only used one, so they got rid of the other ones.
I should have bought one. You seem like the smartest person in the shop when you come rolling in here with that thing.
It's super handy. It was a little costly at the initial investment, but
especially being snap-on. But
as soon as you ever need it, if when we're at LS Fest or something,
yep,
you can have that and practically have 100% of everything you need. It has 5 scripts, pliers, hammer,
Yeah.
everything in one spot.
And true to your Wild Man of Waverly form, you're always breaking something.
Oh, yeah.
The cool thing about you is that you will build these cool trucks, and you got a YouTube channel. It's called Davo Customs.
Yep.
I'll leave a link down in the description. Go check it out. We partner up, and I help you, make that content so much fun because you are always building really cool stuff, and you are not afraid to thrash on them.
Well, I think that's the reason that I build them.
Yeah.
They're not showpieces, and unless they work, like, they're not worth anything.
Yeah.
And then you got to thrash on them to see if it's going to break because you don't want it to break at the wrong time.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, that's a great way to look at it. What is the current project that you're finishing up right now? Because I think it's really cool, and it's one I know is really special to you.
The main focus that I have right now is a 1970 split bumper Camaro.
Yeah.
It's a custom, like, gold green. I call it Acapulco gold.
Yeah. Is that what you've been calling it?
Yeah.
Acapulco gold.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's in the final stages. Right now, I Cerakoted like the engine and the mid mount and all. I want to Cerakote the headers. I matched the wheels to match that. It has the glass in it. I tinted the front and rear windshield.
Yeah.
So it's really close to like being completed, which is cool because most all my stuff is original and rusty, and
Yep.
this one's real slick.
Yes.
Every inch of it's been like painted and clear coated inside the fender wells. The firewall top bottom.
Yeah.
It's pretty close to a show car.
Yeah. I think it is, and the cool thing about it is you are a paint guy first who happens to love rusty OG paint, original type stuff. But this is like, would you say this is a car that harkens back to like your love for custom paint and all of that?
Yeah. How it kind of happened is we built one for my brother, a 79 Camaro. And in high school, he had a 79 Camaro. So we kind of like built the car that was supposed to be. But, with like time and money, it sold. So when he built his, he painted it blue. And I just always loved that. It was like dark green Camaros. I thought they were tough. And I was like, I wanted to paint his that color, but he was dead set on blue. So whenever I found mine, it's like all projects, it kind of snowballed. I was originally going to single stage it and autocross and just kind of have like a hot rod, but it snowballed, and we fitted it and gapped it and did everything. And then I knew what I wanted the color to look like. And when I say we made it, like I showed Robbie before, I have like 100 spray out cards of tweaking the color to get it exactly like I want it. And I'm content with it. I think it's a love it or hate it type thing,
I have not heard anybody that hates it though. Have you, Garrett?
That's my favorite thing about the car. The color's just sick.
Every time we show somebody this car, or they've seen it on one of your videos, or we just get to talking about it and you show somebody a picture, they're like, that's the sickest thing. Like, it is. I'm not even into like trick, like, because I grew up, in mini trucks, and like everybody was doing all these crazy paint jobs. They'd be just all sorts of different colors, all sorts of different schemes, and that's cool, but it doesn't take a custom paint job to like really get my attention. But this car almost could not be without this color. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it has like a classy look to it.
It does.
It looks like one thing inside, but like you seen it at the last car show, when it's outside, it has a big flop to it, and it has like a glow like candy paint.
Yeah.
A lot of that's just with like the technology of paint. At the body shop now, we spray like a PBG waterborne paint.
Yeah.
And with the it has like an olive carrier kind of, which would be similar to a candy paint.
Yep.
So that's what gives it that look. And we spent a lot of time. I have a super talented guy at the shop, Pop Tart the painter.
Yeah.
And
you don't need to know his real name. His name's Pop Tart.
and he's like the best. I'm telling you, I mean, even before he worked with me, like he painted some cars for my uncle and everything. He just painted one for my uncle that sold at Garett Jackson this year for the list price was $165. So after fees, $181,
and that was a what
67 or 68 C10
Yeah.
white.
Slick.
I mean, I know that's not like the biggest number. That's pretty close.
Dude, that's a lot of money.
That's
man.
pretty close to 200,000, and that's impressive.
Any 6-figure deal is like that's a lot of money for a vehicle, man.
Yeah, I mean it was on a stock chassis too, so like
So the paint work and body work was there.
It was perfect.
Yeah, that's incredible. Where do you think and I know the answer to this, but I want folks at home who maybe haven't been introduced to your channel or even seen you out at races, because you do a lot of the truck races. I want folks at home to know a little bit more about how your love of painting and that passion of automotive, and where did some of that come from?
A lot of it, when I was, young, my uncles and like mom's first cousins and them, they had Harleys.
Yeah.
So I had a big background in that, and when I was young, I raced motocross. So just kind of like the progression from getting away from the dirt bikes to then I had a Harley. So I played a lot with the custom paint and the flakes and pearls and flames and all that type of thing. So I always and I was always drawn to it. Even I remember being like a kid and like having the Harley magazines and like thinking like how neat it was, like because you didn't see that type of stuff anywhere else. When I was like super young, my uncle went to like the Harley Davidson school in Arizona.
I didn't even know there was a thing.
Yeah, it was
school? Like, is it like a mechanic school?
It's like I don't know what they call it nowadays. It'd be like mechanic school.
Like where you got to be certified.
It's not Harley Davidson branded, but it's one of those like schools. And but I remember him like being there. And I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I was like, "You go to school for this?"
Yes.
So I was always just drawn towards the motorsports and the Harleys and everything. And in my hometown, I'm from Waverly, which there's another unincorporated town in Waverly. It's called Hurricane Mills.
And
that's where Loretta Lynn's from. And the amateur national championship for motocross is there every year.
At her ranch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably more known for the motocross nowadays than the country music.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get online and Google like Loretta Lynn's schedule, the dirt bikes are going to pop up before the ranch history.
Yeah.
And that was always like neat to me because like the top of the top was there, whether the vendors or the athletes, the riders. So I always like thought that was like pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then it just gave me like an opportunity or exposure to know there was like more out there. Like if you like work hard enough, like you can like see, it can like take you places. Like
for sure.
It took other places to my hometown, but I wanted to like, I like to think that I'm kind of doing that with like the truck world now. Building them and going to these other races, these other venues, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that. Well, I mean, literally us three, that's how we all met, is messing around with trucks and all that sort of stuff, and being able to grow your network with like-minded people, or at least people who are interested in a hobby that you're interested in. And I mean, I think you have done a good job of that. Like, you will go build a truck and then you will go out there and thrash on this thing. You'll break it, you'll fix it, you'll have buddies there helping you fix it. I might be there filming it. I might be, Garrett might be running around. Like, it's just this whole community that has blossomed up around all this stuff. Garrett, like, what are some of the things that you think about when you're thinking about like all the community stuff and how all this is sort of shaken out over the last couple of years?
I think one of the coolest things about it is the community side, is the camaraderie side of it that makes it so special, because that's something that I really like, even outside of the automotive world, whether it be the hunting world or whatever. Like, the camaraderie part of it is something that makes something so unique or special.
Yeah.
And that's what I was telling one of my cousins. I was like, what's cool about like going to shows is I feel like each show that I go to, you always like meet a couple new people. And 100%. So each show you go to, there's more and more people you go, like,
Yep.
And so like we'll take it for like Fall Revival last year, for instance. Like, that was his first show that he went with me. And it was just so cool because, like, at any given point in the day, you just walk around and you're just like, oh, hey, man. Like, just – and it's like you just backtrack a couple years and it's like I didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
But it's just you meet these people, and then next time you meet these people, and then this, and then just fast forward a couple years, and it's like now all of a sudden I know people in the truck world all over the entire country that had it not been for trucks, like I'd have never met any of these people. And you included.
Yeah.
I grew up hanging out in Waverly.
Yeah, I was going to say, your family is from not far.
I spent every summer on the river in Waverly, and then, come to find out, now I know a guy in Waverly.
Yeah. That's not family.
What's the chances?
I think with, like you saying, you go to truck shows now and you meet new people and you see people. I think it's important to know, that's what comes from it if you put the time in.
Yeah, man.
Because I remember going to truck shows, when I literally borrowed my brother's truck.
Yes.
And
just to have something to go with.
And I felt there was it was hard, clicks or, that you're doing the right thing. You're kind of standing there and everybody else is, not that they're not talking to you, but they have their own friends.
Yeah.
And it's amazing, like you said, I'm going on 5 years of owning the shop, so more or less 5 years of which has flown by, but going to shows. And, you meet a few people at every one, and now, wherever you go, you know people or meet them.
Absolutely.
So, with just, I'm sure it happened to you guys too, but don't get discouraged, initially, because,
I mean, there's still let's be real. There are still cliques. There are still groups that assimilate and travel together. I mean, I'm guilty of that. I have my own folks that go with me places, or I go with them places, and I mean now thankfully you two are part of that. But I don't ever want to seem closed off. I am open. I want to talk to as many people as want to talk to me. I'm ready to talk to them because I think there is so much value in developing these relationships, and I like associating with people who aren't necessarily just like me. We have an interest in the same thing, but us three sitting at this table, and a lot of our friend network, even thinking back to yesterday, all the different personalities and interests that we had in here working on the truck. We're all totally different people, but we have one common interest, and that's being around decent people and working on trucks, messing around with trucks, having a good time in the shop.
I think that's something that really drew me into the truck world is I grew up, where my dad had a bunch of old trucks and cars and still does. But growing up, we weren't in the truck scene necessarily. Mm-hmm. It was the stereotypical go to a car show. And that's all I ever knew for the longest time. And not that all of them are like this, but so that's when I say your stereotypical car show where it's just a bunch of people that bring in their show cars and they pull out their lounge chair and they sit beside their car all day and just wait for somebody to come talk to them. And that's all I ever knew it was until the truck world. And I was like, whoa, this is way different.
Yeah.
And, circling back to the camaraderie thing, and just the can't think of the word, but just the atmosphere of where it's not just about, hey, come look at my vehicle.
Yeah.
It's just, who cares? It's just about people with like mind and interest hanging out.
And I've always said, you've got that $200,000 truck parked next to that $10,000 truck or $5,000. Somebody just pulled out of a field and drove in.
Yeah.
And I mean, in my case, I'll walk right over that $200,000 truck and go look at that rusty truck. But it's cool that they can be parked next to each other and they can become friends. And that guy who's maybe got the truck he just pulled out of the field is aspiring to maybe build a truck, maybe not $200,000 because he can't afford it or she can't afford it. But, hey, I like what you did with the control arms, or I like what you did with those that wheel and tire setup. And you can take from each other.
The community atmosphere is totally different from your typical, stereotypical car show thing. And it's once my eyes were kind of open to that, it's the heck with
everything
that.
Else.
Well, and I think that's just what really drew me into the truck world, to where it's just I don't really care to do nothing else than to just be in the truck scene, just because of the way that the community is involved and wrapped around it.
For sure. And I mean, you and I we're all three hunters, actually. I mean, we all three hunt, so we've been in that part of the community. I mean, you can do that solo, so it's not like you have to, go out and be a part of some huge network. But you both especially have been in the Harley world. Y'all both have had Harleys. You, Dave, grew up, that's kind of where you cut your teeth painting, right? Was painting Harleys and doing fenders and tanks and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I had some it was pretty neat. Just this week, some like old memories pop up. I've actually before the body shop, and I was like young, trying to figure out everything. I was on the internet, like some forums back in the forum days, and I had people mail me some Harleys, and I painted them, and and sent them back to them. I was thinking about it just earlier. I was like, I didn't even know what I was doing then. Like not like the paint side of things, but like I had a good thing going. I could have
you could have just grew that into a business.
But
yes. And I'll tell you, there's some Instagram guys. I don't know if I'm going to pronounce his name correctly, but like I think it's his handle on Instagram is Tony Sundell, or there's something along those lines. And that's what he does. He paints fenders and tanks, and people build their whole bikes around these fenders and tanks. He'll paint a fender and tank and set up, and then build a bike around it himself and do a giveaway with it. I mean, that's so cool. Like, to me, that is just like premium, hardtail chopper, like cool stuff. And you're right, you can build a whole business around doing that kind of stuff. But it also seems like I think he's even got like an old truck, which is probably how I found him. And it is so cool, the sort of parallels and connections between the custom bike world and old truck world too. And custom bike, I don't mean like American Chopper, that kind of thing. I mean like the home builder who's building, super cool stuff, super kind of one-off stuff, but that a lot of people could achieve, I guess is where I'm trying to say. And that connection back into trucks and classic cars.
But talking about like the American Chopper, back in those days, you had the other side of things. You had West Coast Choppers, which was Jesse James.
Yeah.
And growing up, I watched like Monster Garage and Jesse James, and I'm telling you, he was like one of the biggest like inspirations to me.
Yeah.
Because he had the name, he was building the cool stuff, but he was one, he was the most talented person in the shop.
Yeah, for sure.
And I always thought that was like, really cool.
Yeah, he didn't care about what anybody, and he still doesn't apparently care about what anybody thinks. Like he was going to do it his way or no way.
Yeah, and he like, I mean, I keep the pot stirred a little bit, but
that's going to find its way in the title of this podcast somewhere. Pot stirring.
But I like. I was always, more on that side of things. Like, people knew him because of, like, what he did and his talent, and then everything else kind of came along with it, versus nowadays you have some people that they might not do anything. They might be Instagram famous from, just the media side of things.
Yep.
And I lean towards the other way, the letting, like, your work speak for you.
Yeah.
I think the very first video we made at the shop, I was kind of like, I built these trucks, and unless you've done it, it doesn't really matter. Like, and that's the way I like, lean towards it.
I mean, I think that you've done a great job of having your foot in sort of both sides of it. Like, you care enough about the presentation of it, but at its core, it seems that it's really about like what me and my buddies are doing with our hands, and what we're able to take one thing and turn it into something else.
And that's why I like to romp on them, beat on them, because at the end of the day, that's why I'm building them. To do that.
Enjoy it.
I was telling Robbie when he invited me down for this, I was like, oh, maybe I'll drive the square body, which I haven't hardly had it out of the garage since my last car show. And I've done just like put tires on it because we melted them off, and the throttle body came apart then. But there again, like, I believe in using them and not intentionally breaking them, but shaking them down, because I can promise you, like, that part's not going to break twice, when I put it back together.
That's right. Okay, I have to. Speaking of things breaking, you have this desire. I'm going to speak for you for a second. You have this desire to drive this truck, or to drive any of your vehicles, a long way, and you've attempted a time or two. Like, you started down the road. Can you tell the story about the square body and give everybody kind of an overview of what the truck is, and then the first time you really tried to take it on a trip and what happened? Because I think
revival?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I think this is a humbling story that people will really find a lot of commonality with.
It's funny looking back on it, because there again, somebody shared a video at the I have a car show every fall, and it's called the Block Party, and it can kind of get rowdy. We do like some big burnouts. And somebody tagged me in this video. I was doing this like huge burnout in front of the shop, and the first thought that came to my mind was, "There's no fluid in that transmission." So 2 fall revivals ago, I built a 76 square body. It has an LT1, a cammed LT1 with a 6-speed, no limit suspension. You know, it's a more than capable truck. I have a like custom frame stiffener, you know, all throughout. I've done like my version of what I think a race truck should be.
And it's on an original paint style truck. I think the truck's been painted on a little bit, but it's factory color combo.
Yeah,
dual trim.
It has some like big rust spots where some like old Bondo's falling off.
Yes.
My joke about it is, if it wasn't mine, I'd want it. I mean, I love it.
I like that.
It has, it's orange and like cream. So I'm from Tennessee, so it has this like UT balls, like
And you call the truck Rocky Top.
I call it Rocky Top.
Yeah.
So I had the truck, pretty sorted out. We took it to LS Fest. I've been, driving it and whatnot. And I was like, I'm gonna take it to the revival. So I loaded it down. Tent. I was planning on camping, but I tent all my stuff. I've driven it for a couple of days.
Well, and we should point out, Waverly to Denton, North Carolina is not like 2 or 3 hours. It's like 8 hours, right?
And I didn't even know that until I
makes this story even better.
I didn't even know how far. I thought it was like just roughly Asheville, like the other side of Knoxville.
Yeah. No. No, this is a long way away from you.
So I get in the square body. I have a golden retriever. His name's Dale. He's in the passenger seat, and we're driving down the interstate. But on the way there, it's like a 15-minute drive to the interstate. And I'm like, kind of like, something's not right with the transmission.
Yeah.
I actually pulled over once. I'm like, it's fine. It's just something out of ordinary. And I'm going down the interstate, and I'm telling you, the rear wheels lock up. And I'm like, what the world? And I actually broke my clutch pedal assembly from stomping the clutch,
trying to get it engaged,
or
disengaged,
get the wheels from locking up. And long story short, I had it towed back to the body shop, pulled the transmission apart. I thought like the throwout bearing or clutch or something kind of came apart, and when we pulled it apart, it was like welded solid. Or we didn't have any transmission fluid in it.
No fluid.
Oh,
Dude been running a TR6060 with no fluid. Like for a long time.
I took it to LS Fest with no fluid in it.
and like, what'd you do at LS Fest with it?
Just race autocross. I went through the whole weekend.
And it didn't make any noise or nothing?
No. It
Gosh.
It didn't make any noise until it didn't do anything to it until like the long sustained drive, where it could actually
where it was getting warm and like constant warmth.
Yeah.
God, that's such every time you tell me that, I'm like, this is such a crazy story, because for one thing, you were like, your mechanical skill and is higher than most, and so the thing needs fluid, and you might maybe want to check it occasionally.
In hindsight, what happened is,
hey, pull that mic towards you,
So hindsight, what happened is I had the motor, the engine built, put a cam and stuff in it.
Yep.
And then the mechanic put the transmission back to it.
Yep.
And the TR6060 doesn't have a slip yoke like all the other transmissions have.
Yep.
So when you lean it, the oil will come out.
Yep.
So that's like it has like a modern 3-bolt flange.
Yeah, it would be like if you think 4-wheel drive transfer case, like how you'd bolt
something like that
to the back of the tail shaft.
100% it's my fault for not checking it, but it never crossed my mind because it was like,
you had somebody put it back together.
All together,
Yes.
we put it in. I just didn't think anything about it. But an old man told me one time, education is expensive, and the ones that cost you the most, you learn the most from.
Yeah, man.
And I I learned on that one.
Well, I think the thing that when we were filming, and I wondered if you picked this up, Garrett, because you actually edited this part of the video, the rough edit. But when we were doing the driving scenes out in Tennessee in that square body, and we were driving out to, we're actually driving to the restaurant. What's the name of that restaurant? The Log Cabin restaurant?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was telling me in those clips how he learned a lesson about not putting the fluid in there, but also that's where you fell in love with the TR66. You're like,
oh yeah,
how did this thing take a beating for this long with no fluid in it?
That makes sense that you brought that up, because this is the first time I've heard this story. Yeah. But while he's telling it, I feel like I've heard this story before.
That's why.
Yeah,
because of that footage. But I love that kind of thing. Like you said, education can be expensive, but it's also like, well, I learned more than I bargained for about this.
The worse it is, the more you're
somebody online is like, how did that happen? And I'm like, what do you mean? How did it happen? I put it together with no transmission fluid. And he's like, well, how does that happen? I'm like, get off your keyboard and build something. It
just happens.
I was like, you'll figure it out one day.
Yeah. Sometimes you make really expensive mistakes, even when you know what you're doing. Or even when you know what you're supposed to do. That's so funny. Let's talk a little bit about projects. We talked a little bit about your Camaro. We talked about Rocky Top a little bit. You got a stable, and Garrett, I'm going to ask you the same thing, because I know you got a couple little things brewing here in your world. You've got quite a few cars and trucks. Can you kind of just hit the highlights of some of those that people can go see on your channel, and that
future projects, or ones that are half finished?
Ones that may not even be done at all. Just kind of like, when you think about your little fleet of project vehicles, what are some of the ones that come to your mind?
The number one that comes to my mind is my favorite truck, or the one that has been around the whole time. It's my 65 C10.
Yep.
I bought it local to the house. It was from like one county over, and it's been there the entire time. It's it has like probably the biggest place in my heart. It's super cool, like original patina, and it was 100% original. Before I got a hold of it.
You got a hold of it. Yeah.
But it's still like,
it's still OG.
Yeah, it's still there. It's
because
cool.
it's not on a chassis. It doesn't have a bunch of. I mean, it's bagged.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have a bunch of crazy suspension work done to it.
No, it's just very simple and classic. It's one of my favorite. Then the Rocky Top, the orange and white 76 square body, and then let's see.
I've got two. Can I give you, while you're thinking, you've got the first gen Camaro, and then you've got the Task Force truck. Talk about those two real quick.
I was going to get to those. So the first gen Camaro, it's a gold 67 Camaro, and I've really been taking my time on it. I've actually put some projects in front of it, because when I started the project, I wanted it to be perfect. I wanted it to I didn't want to learn on it, so it has a Scott's hot rod front end, a SpeedTech torque arm in it, a LS3 525. It has a TKX in it.
Yeah.
But it was 100% original too.
I mean, this car is original paint. It is
that's what I was about to say. I felt
beautiful car.
The footage I've seen of it, it seemed like it's an OG paint car.
Yeah, and it was to the point of any parts that were taken off of it originally, before I got it, were in the trunk. The original carburetor were in a replacement Webster, box, and some brake parts, and it's just all there. The the speckling in the truck and everything is still original.
Yeah.
So it's actually scheduled to go to Scott's Hot Rod next month. They have to rework some of the subframe.
Okay. Yeah.
But when that's finished, it'll practically be ready to get fit it for wheels. And
you got an idea what you want to run? Are you willing to share?
I don't know.
It seems like, I'm gonna put I've been around that car quite a bit. I want to put my own bias on it, but man, Forge Line OE1s. I know that's a steely kind of look, but God, that car would look killer with those wheels on it. Are you thinking more pro touring side of the house, or are you thinking
I'm
classic?
Thinking more pro touring style, because it has big Willwood brakes, and I don't want to cover those up. And I lean towards the pro touring side.
Yeah.
I'm sure I won't because I'm kind of hard on stuff. Sometimes I think it'll be like real cool with a set of like carbon barrels on it.
Man,
just something like totally different, and then
Yes.
because it's original paint, so not to take away from any of that, but just to do something like it's like custom and kind of next level.
Yeah, that would be next level for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
that like I said, I've been taking my time on that one. So, and I've had that thought kind of like from initially.
Yeah.
That
Where did you get that car?
that was a marketplace find, and it came out of southern Mississippi.
I thought it did. Yeah.
Yeah, and I told Robbie this before. The coolest part about it is I called the gentleman on the phone. We made a deal, and I said, I want it. I have the money. I've been like looking for this car for, months.
Which is amazing that you found it on Marketplace to begin with. A car like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I used to, like scour the internet for it. Wake up in the middle of the night, to
when nobody else is up looking.
And that's how I found it. Because I was like, I wanted a patina one, and it's wild because I wanted a gold one. I have.
Well, dude, but the thing is, a lot of people, you can want a patina first gen Camaro, but they're not like C10s, man. Good luck going to find a one that hasn't been touched.
And everybody told me that. I would talk to some of the like who's in the truck world, that like lived out west, like, hey, I'm looking for a patina Camaro, and they would say word for word that. Yeah. Good luck. Yeah. I'm like, I mean,
sorry to be a Debbie Downer, but I mean that's the sense I get,
Really, any desirable car.
Yeah.
Is very hard to find unpainted.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, unpainted. And something that's not uncommon, even like on real old trucks or like my square body. Back in the day, it wasn't uncommon when something happens to something, they paint the entire thing.
Yep.
And
paint it back the same color.
Yeah,
the factory colors.
Yeah, they didn't blend. They didn't fix a fender door. They would sand the entire truck down and just paint the whole thing.
Yeah. And that's cool because, I mean, you're a painter. You fix vehicles, whether it's on the modern side or messing with your own classic stuff. You have that exposure and experience to know that, like, man, this whole thing's been painted, not just that fender that got crushed.
Yeah, whenever me and some of the guys at the shop, we know what to look for. Like, no matter how good something's painted, you can always, like, find something somewhere. I have a 68 anniversary truck, the one that's in my studio.
Yep. And those are for folks at home. That's a gold and white, 1 year only because it was 68 50th anniversary paint scheme. Had some unique touches on the interior.
Yeah, with like gold steering shaft, gold visors, white door panels,
parchment. Yeah,
just some unique stuff.
If
you
They're
know what
desirable
you're looking for.
if you want a 68 for
sure.
But
even that truck, like, the average person would have no clue.
Yeah.
But it's been repainted, but probably 50 or whatever years ago. But because during that day, I'm sure something happened somewhere, and with it being a metallic paint, they can't like paint part of it.
Yeah, not as easy to blend.
Yeah, so they just sand the whole thing down and paint it. That's something they did.
Jumping back to the Camaro, though, you found it on Marketplace in the middle of the night. Tell everybody at home how the deal went with the guy, because it's interesting.
I talked to the guy. He it was priced like full price above average, and I talked to him and I said, "What do you want for it?" And he's like, "Well, that's my California price. I'll take this."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, I'll take it." I
didn't even try to. This is the car I'm looking for.
I wanted it, and I said, "I want it. And he told me, well, I talked to a gentleman locally. Let me see if, and I was like, well, I'll give you this much more for it if you tell him that you sold it. And he's like, well, I'm a man of my word, so I'm going to have to give him an opportunity. And I'm like, oh my God. So
I'm not saying you can't be a man of your word. Just so you got more money for the car.
So he called me, about 15 minutes later. It's like, the other guy said, it's more than he can do right now. And, I'll sell you the car. And I was like, well, I want it. And, sometimes the body shop is real busy. So I need to be there, or I feel like I have to be there.
Yep.
And he's like, well, if you really want it, I can bring it to you. And
from southern Mississippi.
Yeah, and he had this super cool, like C50, C60 ramp truck wedge bed.
Yeah.
That he's like built the hydraulic bed, built like LS swapped it and everything. And he showed up in that, and I was like, I still got pictures of it. I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Awesome.
With a first gen Camaro sitting on the back of it.
Yeah.
I
bet it got some road. It got some looks going down the road.
Oh, 100%. I mean, like we've talked about, you don't see those cars or cars like that very, whether it's a Tri-5 or first gen Camaro or pick your even split bumper second gens. Like I don't really see them original paint. The first time I ever walked in your shop, I was like, dude, what is this? Like it really is an incredible car and a time capsule, and it still has that feel and look even after you've made some of the improvements you have.
Yeah, I'm itching to like take it to some shows and like show it off because it's gonna be cool when it's finished.
Yes, for sure. What else you got in the stable that you're proud of?
The second coolest thing I have is I have a 59 Apache. It's a black patina truck, also super original. And I'm not like a huge expert historian on the details, but it was what explained to me was what they call a double deluxe.
Yeah.
So it has a full trim, the stainless around the windows, and it was a V8 automatic, which it was like pretty cool back in the 50s.
Yep. It wasn't some 3 on the tree. I'm gonna start a campaign against 3 on the trees. I'm done with them.
Yeah, I have one that's like
they're not my favorite, man. Gosh.
All right, so I'll stay on top of it. The Apache has this like cool, like it's super original. It has this cool like speaker above the rearview mirror, and then a guy online one time when I posted a picture of it, he asked me if it had it because he saw like the trim around the windows and all that, and I didn't know. I went and looked, and I was like, yeah, it has my same picture. And he told me, he said, you'll probably never see one of those again.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like a super highly optioned
vehicle.
It's big back window, short bed fleet side, which 59 is the second year of the steel fleet side. They did a fiberglass 57 Cameo, 58, and then 59 both got the steel fleet side.
That truck, I was wanting, I have this poster in my office. It's like, every generation of truck.
Yeah.
So I guess I was like a big kid collecting Hot Wheels. So I wanted, one of those to kind of like, finish like my collection of stuff. And my buddy Brandon, he's real amazing on the internet and marketplace. Like,
This is Brandon Parks, right?
Yeah. About finding,
shout out Brandon.
finding stuff. And he sent me the link to it, and it was in Texas. And I knew it was like cool when as soon as I saw it. So I'll give a marketplace secret here. I don't ask many questions.
Yeah.
The first thing I always message somebody is, I want to buy this truck.
Yes.
Here's my phone number.
Be ready to rock.
Yeah,
yes.
not because you can always back out later.
Yeah,
but
true.
The very first thing is, I want to buy this truck. Here's my phone number. Please call me.
Wait. You don't say, is this still available?
No.
That's the number one way not to buy a thing.
If I find something,
or can you send me 30 pictures?
Yeah, if I find something that's like a gold Camaro or a 58 double deluxe Apache, and I know it's what it is, I don't negotiate. I don't, because you're never going to find another one.
I'm with you.
Within reason. I mean, I'm not saying I'm gonna like do something crazy, but I talked to him on the phone, and he's like, "You're the first person that that I've spoke to.
Yeah.
If you want it, like," I said, "Okay, I'll be there." It was like 12, 14 hours away, and I told him.
You said it was in Texas, right?
Yeah. So I left the very next morning, and me and my dad drove down there. So
that's cool.
Of all probably not getting rid of anything, but of all the stuff that like I'm gonna keep forever, it'll be that gold Camaro, and then that Apache.
Yeah, because I mean, not to get into all your business, or even, I don't want to mention names right here or anything, but you have recently been offered ridiculous money, in my view.
Not enough, though.
Not enough, but still. Like this, people who know these trucks know what that truck is. I mean, it's a very desirable truck. And black patina, you just start at a different level, in my opinion. I mean, they are just the cream of the crop.
And like we've talked about it, like, you know, my 65's cool, but it's replaceable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, within reason, you're gonna find another 65 patina truck. The square bodies, they're out there.
Yep, they made millions and millions and millions and millions and
yeah,
millions
but
of
when
square bodies.
When you get to like that, those Apaches, you don't hardly see many of them to begin with, especially in good shape, and then like a rare version of that truck.
Yep.
It's to me, it's something that, you know, like Jay Leno would have.
Yeah,
you know, like
that's a great comparison. Yeah,
well,
great comparison.
like a collector, like
yes,
that would.
And you haven't messed with it. It's on it has like thick white walls on it, but and Steelies, and it just stock height. And you were driving it at one point in time, right?
Yeah, it still runs and drives now. At some point in time, I'm sure somebody tried to tighten the valves, and they like wiped out the cam because it's. I'm not super mechanical, but it's really weird to me. It backfires through the carburetor, so they messed up like that side of the cam lobes.
Yep.
I would assume you could probably put a new cam and do very little and
have it up and running. What engine is in that? Do you know it? Is it like a 265 or something like that?
Yeah,
it would be something a
small,
little more.
Yeah, smaller
because it
like
would
that.
be one of the first small blocks. I think they first started making them small block in 54, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
So it'd be somewhere in that range. It's not your typical 350 or 327. I don't even think.
All right, so that's my like rare cool stuff. I'll tell you what my favorite is.
Well, yeah, let's hear it.
The Rowdy Rig,
which fits the Wild Man of Waverly moniker.
But it also has like it's.
What is it? Tell everybody what it is.
The Rowdy Rig is what is a C50?
Yeah, or something like that. C70 maybe.
Yeah,
it's a big truck.
It's a mid-80s, like 85, C50, 60s, 70. It's a medium-duty truck that started life as a rider, you know, like
like a
U-Haul truck.
Yeah, moving truck.
Moving truck. When I bought it, I bought the 65, and then that was the very next thing that I bought.
Yeah.
But since then, I've like redone it. And I'm telling you, I love it. Nobody like it's broke down on us a few times. So like my brother despises it.
Yeah. But that's the wrong rig, not the Rowdy Rig.
Oh, I love it though. But
I like it too.
It has a 25-foot box on it. Like 10 feet of the very back portion is kind of like a garage area.
Yep.
And then the first 15 feet is, you know, living quarters. It has like a bed and a couch and whatnot. But it has a 366 tall deck engine. So it's still a V8, but it's not a big block. It's like has lots of torque, or, you know, not today's comparison. But that's what it is. Yeah. That's what it was built for. But I'm telling you, I promise you, I have more miles on that than all the other stuff.
And you'll tow with it. Like you will tow a vehicle with it and all your gear, you know. And
then that's kind of what I was circling around with the camaraderie. When I very first started, I mean, I didn't know a lot of people, or, you know, I was just kind of go to these shows like everybody else by myself, and I would grill. I was like, I know how these dudes work.
Yeah.
I would like
feed them.
Yeah, I would, and I enjoy that. That's like
you are definitely
just a pastime. Yep. So I'd be like, you know, grilling broads, chickens, whatever, and like, you know, that's how I met. Like,
that's how you met me.
That's how
let me say that's how I met you. I walked up with Jesse to your camp. And I introduced myself to you.
And I kind of
and you had the Rowdy Rig and all the boys and all the food.
But I'll tell you, like, because I went to
What show was that at?
That was at C10 Nationals Nashville.
Okay.
Years ago.
Me and Chris Baker have a funny story about the Rowdy Rig too. Because, you know, he's the promoter, and the very first show that not the first one, I took it a year before, but when I was autocrossing and kind of parking, you know, more in the when the first time I had it, I would like park it kind of like out of the way.
Yeah.
And then one time I parked it like just like sprat down in the middle of the show, and he came up and he's like, how'd you get this in here? And like I said, I don't mind stirring the pot a little bit. I knew who he was. And I was like, I registered it and then drove it through the fence.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't know if you can have this here. And I was like, oh, okay. This is actually the third year that I had it there. The very first year I parked it, kind of like in the vendors area.
Yeah, just out of the way.
Then the second year I parked it because that show also grew,
Yeah, it did,
So
for sure.
in the first years there was plenty of extra room.
Yep.
Second year I parked it in the gravel, just like all by itself. And then the year he says that to me, I'm like right in the middle of all of it.
Yeah, I love it.
And
but you did start making it a part of your booth setup, like even when you race.
Yeah.
Like it's a part of your setup.
And then a lot of the guys know that I bring like a lot of tools for not just for me but for everybody else.
People break down.
It's kind of like they know that they can like borrow whatever or that I'll probably have it.
Yep.
So he went and he's a busy man. Went and dealt with everything else, and he came back and he saw that we were like cooking, and there's everybody's like kind of parked around me.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey man, I'm sorry. You can have this here. This is like
this is cool.
This is a vibe."
Yeah. I love that. That is very cool. Yeah.
So the last trip in the Rowdy Rig, we took it to LS Fest, and I have my big dually pulling like a 40-foot gooseneck with 2 cars on it, my truck and my brother's car. And it just so worked out that my buddy Matthew was driving the Rowdy Rig.
Yeah.
And he was right behind, immediately behind the trailer. And we got to
it's not pulling anything. It's just driving by itself.
It's
the Rowdy Rig.
It's pulling our pull behind smoker.
Okay. Yeah.
So at LS Fest, we camp and everything. And he calls me and he's like, "Hey, it won't start." And I don't know if I stopped. We're right in traffic, middle of Clarksville. It's the mall, and it's
But you're really not even that far from home.
not far from home, but it's
too far.
it's like a terrible place to break down.
Yeah.
And then I went back there and was like, looked at it, just I know it.
Yeah, thinking
and there's
it's
all
just quirky.
everywhere. There was an old cooler line came off, and it
Yeah.
I'm sure it overheated, seized up. But we took a chain and hooked to the trailer, and then hooked to the Rowdy Rig, and pulled it
with your modern dually with a 40-foot gooseneck with 2 vehicles on it, you hooked a chain to that gooseneck
to the Rowdy Rig,
which weighs no telling what.
Yeah, and we pull it, kind of maybe about through the red light and into the mall parking lot.
Yeah.
And that was actually the last trip in the Rowdy Rig.
Yeah.
It still runs and everything. I've actually tinkered with it a little bit.
Yeah.
But it just made me a little bit gun shy. I was like, I need to,
Well, the cool thing is it had such a good run. It was for years
Yeah.
and years and years and years was doing its thing, and then it kind of, bit you a little bit.
I took it to, Jesse's in Illinois.
Yeah.
I took it to all the shows in, Tennessee. I'm telling you, there's no telling how many miles I've put on it.
Where did you find it?
In Indiana.
Okay.
And
did you go up there and get it and drive it home?
Yeah.
I guess you did. It's not really something you tow.
Yeah, but it's other than that, it's actually been super dependable. I put all new brakes on it, new tires.
Yeah.
But since then, I've remodeled it.
I know it's like a home on wheels.
I don't know if that's like a rebuilt or remodeled.
Yeah, I would say remodeled.
But painted it.
Yeah.
Painted the cab. It has Denali electric seats in it now.
That's so cool.
I love it.
Ever since we started filming together, you're like, we've got to do a tour of the Rowdy Rig, and so we've got to make sure that
it's
we
coming
do
up.
that.
We'll do one. Do one shortly.
We're gonna have Garrett come up.
What's in my driveway? Big truck edition.
Yeah. Yes. On location, on at Dave's.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Because I met you at C10 Nationals Nashville last year, and you didn't have it then.
No.
Or I feel like I would have remembered it.
Oh, you
No,
would remember
no,
it. It's a vibe.
It broke down right because it's LS Fest, and then that is it's either LS Fest, and then that's the next weekend or 2 weekends away. So after I had it towed home, I wasn't going to do it again.
Who did you call to have it towed home? Because that thing's huge.
There was a local kind of commercial big truck towing company there, and
they just not flat towed it, but just where you hop.
Yep, they went and pulled the drive shaft and
I can't even think of how
towed it right home, and
where you raise the front end, pull the drive shaft, and
Yeah.
you pull it that way. It's not going up on a trailer or anything like that or a flatbed. Yeah, that's
like
cool,
a
man.
massive snatch truck.
Yes, snatch truck. That's what I'm thinking.
Brother, you were talking about like the camaraderie of shows, and something that I've always kind of leaned towards. I've done it both ways, but I love camping at shows.
Yeah, me too.
Because that's how we've hung out and met there. So, you have the show, and then it's like a totally different vibe with like camping, because you really get to meet people, or more so like-minded people.
Yep.
So that's something that I've always enjoyed. It's like a little bit extra, or like
It's totally extra, because you're not just seeing people at the show, like in the lot or in the field or whatever. Excuse me. You get to see them after the fact when they're cooking dinner, or when they're
Yeah, because like you have your booth and you're vending, and it's. Yeah. I'm telling you, when I go to these shows, sometimes you kind of like
it's a lot.
Blink your eyes, and 2 or 3 days have gone by.
Yep.
So, but when you're camping and you get to relax and really meet and hang out with people there.
Slow it down a bit.
Yeah. So that's I enjoy that side of things.
Yeah, and it's fun the way you do it, man. Because you're right, like you'll throw some meat on the Barbie and just get going and like feeding folks, and that is a very cool thing about you that I think a lot of people have come to realize. Like, Dave's gonna have some food. Dave's gonna be cooking this thing up over there at the Rowdy Rig.
Well, and two, I use a lot of the shows because the guys that work at the body shop.
Yes.
I like to take them with me,
Yep.
so then it gives them an opportunity, because I'm not the one building these trucks by myself, or.
Yep. Yeah, you got a crew of folks to help you.
And I might be doing the hard part of a lot of it.
Yep.
So then, when I like to take them, so then it kind of like, in my opinion or my mind, maybe they're thinking it's just another day of work, but but it lets them know like why we're doing it. Why this is the end goal. Like when we build and working on all this stuff, like we got to go and enjoy it.
Enjoy it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're not making them crash up in a Rowdy Rig with you either. Like you're at least giving them getting them some place to stay.
I'll either get them like a hotel or it depends like what group of them that goes. I mean, sometimes we all pile up in the Rowdy Rig.
Yeah. You and the dogs.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Garrett, what's been going on in your project world?
Nothing. Well, a little something.
Yeah.
So hopefully going to start deconstruction phase of the 63 here shortly.
My favorite part, deconstruction.
Yeah, which is what we did all day yesterday.
Yeah.
But I finally got a motor for the truck.
Yeah.
Which is exciting.
But you got a whole truck.
Yeah.
That you're going to take a motor out of.
Yeah. Do we tell the story?
You can tell it. Yeah.
So I actually got it from you.
Yeah.
But I got it from where it's been stored for 1,666 days.
According to Mark Cronin, that's exactly what happened. So just a little bit of my side. I bought this Denali as it was a 2006. It's OBS.
I don't even know.
MBS Denali.
Early 2000s, but I don't even know exactly.
I bought it from him years ago just to pull the LQ4 out of it. Never even seen it or anything, and it's like 6 hours away up your way, Garrett. And he's just been literally holding it for me, and then I admittedly have not gone to get it. And then you started looking for a motor for your truck. And
you told me about it a while back, and Mark lives like 45 minutes from me.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I've asked you a few times, just let me just get it. You ain't never going to go get it.
Yeah, started getting in my head. Yeah.
And then I guess the last time we were in New Jersey or something, I brought it up again, and you were like, man, if you really want that thing, go get
just
it.
Go get it.
I don't know when I'm going to go get it.
I know, and then Mark just texts me, just dog cussing me. I've been storing this thing for you for 5 years. You didn't come and get it. I'm like, but at least somebody's coming to get it.
Well, I told you when I went to Mark's to pick it up, it had sat in the same spot for so long that the tires had sunk into the ground like 6 inches.
I cannot believe it.
He pulled up with just like a a 1500 MBS hooked up to it, and it would not get it out of there.
Yeah.
He had to go get his 3500 to hook to it
Yeah.
to pull it out
That's
of the
crazy.
holes that it had made for itself.
Well, I think it'll be a cool thing for you though, because you'll have everything you
But I'm
need.
super
You can get
pumped
the
about it.
harness and all. You got all the sensors. I love buying donor vehicles
Yeah.
to do swaps with. I mean,
No, I've never done that.
Well, what's
Yeah, I
cool,
mean-
and then what's cool about it is like, so the engine's going to go to the 63, and now we're thinking that the trans is actually
it's
going
going
to
to
go
come
to
back.
the bourbon.
Yeah, it's going to come back to me. Yeah. Because it was all-wheel drive and it's a 4L65, but I can take the all-wheel drive transfer case off the 4L65 and just adapt an MP205 or an MP208 to it and have a four-wheel drive transmission, because it's got the flange on the back to put a transfer case or an adapter to an older transfer case that I can put in that 86 Suburban. So I didn't really know that I could do that, because I was like you, like, what am I going to do with an all-wheel drive 4L65? Like, I got to, but then I got to looking after you took it home. I'm like, wait a minute, don't get rid of that 4L65. I can use it in this four-wheel drive application. So that's going to be cool.
It was funny. I was making a joke with Dad when we dropped off the Yukon, because I'm storing all these at his house. So now I got the 63, I got the 65 that's got some parts that I got to rob off of it, and now I got the Yukon. So I got 3 trucks back there.
And the 65 is what you bought when you
I
came
bought
down
here
the
last time.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
we did the podcast, yeah.
But I told him, I was like, it's funny. I was like, how many trucks am I going to have to buy before we can build one truck?
Yes.
And I was like, what's funny is the 2 parts trucks are in better shape than the truck that's getting built.
Right. And that always how it goes. Well, I feel like as truck guys, and Dave, you're a prime example of this too. Like, once you buy one and you're like, I've got this whole plan for this truck, but man, I like that one too. I'd like to bring that in here, and then you're like, oh, well, I've got 2 or 3. Well, now I want one of every generation. If you're like a GM truck guy, or maybe if you're even a Ford guy, like, you're like, oh, I want a bump side and a dent side and the big fender truck. And it just, I don't know. It's one of those things that I'd rather have 15 $1,000 trucks than one $15,000 truck, like.
I tell you what I realized though, like, I love the hunt, I love finding. That's why I like patina stuff, because how many ads have you looked at and be like, oh my God, this is the one? And then you go to the picture, like 14 out of 15, there's like a crunch fender. And I'm like, well, that's not it.
Yeah, or the other side has just got primer sprayed all the way down.
Exactly. So like,
That's usually what it is, yeah.
So when you actually, I'm looking at this truck. So
the crusty truck, Taylor Inge's truck. Yeah.
When you actually find one that's like the 58 Apache that's all there, never touched, like, you're like, it is the needle in the haystack. I mean, there's no telling how many hours we accumulatively the truck world spend on marketplace to filter through them.
And I'm not even looking to buy anything, and I'm still digging around. It's like, oh man, if I had the money right now, I'd be buying that.
That's like,
but I can promise you there will be the right something that whatever it might be, or like. Okay, I said earlier that I'm not buying anything else into my project. So
and he's already just in 1 hour taking it
as
back.
his fingers were crossed, telling me
if
that.
I found a matching K5 Blazer to Rocky Top,
man,
I would buy it.
Yeah, that would be incredible. What you don't remember that paint color off the top of your head, do you? The orange,
crimson red.
Okay, it is crimson red.
Red, but it's actually like orange.
Yeah, so it kind of looks like a hugger.
Yeah,
a little more on the hugger side.
Yep.
Man, if you found a Blazer like that,
yeah, I would.
That'd be incredible.
I would buy it.
You'd be fully UT, fully volunteer.
I think so. I'm a twin, and I think that
which I have so many people ask me about that. By the way, your brother Blake, you are twins, and are you identical twins?
We're technically fraternal.
That's what I thought, but you do look very similar.
Yeah,
but like initially when I met you, I was like, I know that's his brother, but if you just said we're not twins, we're a year apart, I would have believed that too.
Well, see, it's what's wild is some people think that, and then some people like can't tell us apart at all.
Yeah, or I can tell you apart for sure. Yeah. But I also believe that you're twins.
But back to for some reason, I like having like, I think it's cool to have pairs of stuff.
Like you're wired that way. You grew up with a pair.
So I don't know. I think I just. Or maybe it's another one of those like needle in a haystack thing. It's like, since I found one, like let's find another one.
Let's find the big brother or the little brother to it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what this K20 is. This '67 K20, kind of a big brother
of
Teddy of my '68 503 truck.
And that's why I was so crazy about that gold Camaro, because I have the gold anniversary truck.
Yeah,
and I just think they're gonna be cool together one day.
Yes, I agree. Completely agree. You actually have 2 anniversary trucks, right?
It's for sale if anybody's looking.
Yeah. Hit up Dave-O Customs.
Yeah, and
which one's for sale? You have a long bed and a short bed, or are they both
short beds?
Is the one in the shop? I keep trying to make the one in the shop a long bed, and that's the one I've seen the most.
No, they're both short beds. The one in the shop is, even though it's been repainted like 50 years ago, it's more rusty than the other one. But I'm weird, so I like it. Like I like it more.
This sucker's got some character.
That's the one I'm keeping. The other one is one's a custom and one's a CST.
Yeah, CST being the highest trim level.
Yeah. And then like the one I like, it has, like the original dealer step bumper, but the other one has like a custom, chrome bumper.
Yep.
But it's one of those things you just eventually realize that you
can't keep them all.
Well, I was like, I got 20 years of projects if I start.
I can't build my way out of this.
Yeah, just, because there again, the cheap part's buying it. The hard part's finding them. The cheap part's buying it. Then after that, then you have to
build it, and it's expensive. It's so expensive, but it is fun to look out and be like, I got these trucks. Look at these things, or I got these cars. It's so cool because we're all kids at the end of the day. Like you said, grew up with Legos and Hot Wheels. We're all just big kids.
Yeah. What would if you found it on Marketplace? What's the one more that you would want right now?
Oh, good question.
You too. You think about it.
Number one bucket list would be an original 2-wheel drive first gen Blazer.
Yeah.
Oh, first gen.
Yep. That's probably what I would say, but since you said it, I'll say 73, 75 full top Blazer.
That would be the close second. Yeah.
Yep.
If I
swear about him.
I'm not. I don't know how many dozens of years it would be from now for me to have time, but I would love to take, and this is going to be sacrilegious, I would love to take the other anniversary truck and build a Blazer out of it.
Yes.
They didn't exist because they didn't start building the Blazers till 69.
That's right.
So I think it would be cool to build like a 68 anniversary
Blazer.
Like a real one.
Yes. Dude, that would be super sick. Because you're right. A lot of people don't realize this. They didn't start building first gen or building Blazers. They started in 69, but you see so many people put 67, 68 clips on them. Mm-hmm. So people get confused and just think, oh man, there was a 67 Blazer running around. Yeah. They did not make that. That is a thing that did not happen. So 69, they started making them. But if you took the 50th anniversary and made a real, because it then becomes almost this real thing because it was already a 50th anniversary truck.
Yeah, it would be cool.
But don't you have to have a long bed to do that?
No, I don't think so.
I think they're making them out of long beds.
Well, because they're cheap.
Maybe that's what it is.
They're plentiful.
Yeah, because I only know Josh Parker built one. Obviously, Travis at AZ Pro built that sick 503 light green one. That thing's incredible.
Yeah, what I think
I don't know very many who are making them.
What I would probably do is start with a whole not a whole tub, but a whole floor plan.
Yeah.
Floor pan.
Yep.
And then kind of
floor plan. You've been thinking about a house too
much.
I know what you've been up to. We'll get into your real estate holdings another podcast. But yeah, take a floor pan.
Yeah, and then build a solid one off of that.
That's cool. I love that. I'm trying to think if you had to pick choose a car. So we already know, Dave, and we're wrapping up here, but you already know, Dave, that that first gen Camaro was probably one of your dream cars. If you had to choose another one you didn't have, so think about that. I'm gonna say that mine, if I had to choose, so I have 3 cars that are in my top 3. It's 55 Bel Air, 32 Roadster, all steel Roadster, and a 63 split window Corvette. But if I had to choose one of those, I would probably say the 63 split window. Do you guys have a car that is what is yours, Garrett?
An OG paint patina 56 Bel Air.
Whew.
Okay, so
honey help.
So, even bonus points if it's a Nomad.
Yeah. Oh man, God, that would be so killer.
I want to build one so bad. But it's another, circling back to what we said, to find a desirable car that's unpainted, it's just. Yeah.
I know. So I'm a 55 guy. I love 55 straight trim down that rear quarter. There's a guy in Georgia. I don't know his name. I don't even know if I've ever met him. I think his Instagram name is SquizURL or something like that, or SquizURL. I don't even know how you pronounce it. But he's got a like butternut yellow 55 that is OG paint, tons of surface rust. I think it's coilovers. It looks like a Ride Tech kit, and he's got billet specialties on it, like legit billet wheels on it. And it is like, I dream about this car. It is incredibly well done, and it's light yellow patina. I mean, it's just beautiful.
Yeah. What's crazy? What really? I've always liked the 56 out of like the 3 years.
Yeah.
I don't know, something
because
about
you get the curved trim.
I
in
just
the back,
love
but it
the
doesn't
curve.
have the ornateness of the 57.
Yeah. Always love those cars, but what really, like, I guess like getting into the trucks is kind of was when I started really appreciating OG paint patina stuff. And me and Dad were at a car show a couple years ago, and a guy had an OG like patina 56 Nomad out there for sale.
Oh,
the one and only one. I was like, this
is
is probably
on it.
Yeah.
What was it?
Like 40 something.
Well, okay.
I mean, he was running and driving. It's probably worth it. It's just
it was worth more than that.
It's not what I had in my pocket.
Of course.
You know.
Yeah. Dude, there's Nomads.
But I was like, that's me and Dad sitting there talking about it. He was like, this is probably the one and only time we will ever see this car in person.
Yes,
like,
for sure. Yeah.
And it's a shame that we can't get it.
Yeah, right. We can't even get our pennies together and get that thing. Yeah, I mean, you're right, though. When it comes to even in the classic car world, I'm like, man, OG paint is just, it's so incredible.
Well, especially the Tri-5s, because you named 2 of the 3 cars that I would love to have.
Yeah, so what is yours?
I would love to have a period correct. You had to have a reason not to buy something.
Yeah.
Mine is I'm waiting on my shop. I want to.
Which you have started grading the site for.
One day when I grow up and I have like a personal shop to like keep some good stuff.
Yeah.
I would love to have a period correct like hot rod, like a 32 Ford with a flat head.
Mm-hmm. I don't want a small block Chevy in that thing. No. I want a flat head.
And I want it, like I said, I want it period correct with if and when I do it, I would love to have that. I would love to have a 55 Chevy. You said you like the straight trim. My favorite is I like the grill and headlights. It kind of looks like a mouth and that. But back to those, like you're talking about, like the patina cars. They've been cool like my entire life. Yeah. So I think at one point in time, people would buy a patina car and just sand it down a primary because to them a solid primer card was better than patina. Yeah. But here's where what I would also love to have, or what I think would be like a real cool something in the stable. I'd like to have a Lincoln with suicide doors.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm gonna do the mob steel thing.
I'm gonna put like an LT1 or something in a course.
But have a full land yacht.
Yeah, like man. No top.
I've always been a fan of those.
Yeah, man.
So.
Yeah, they're extremely cool.
Agreed.
Suicide doors, no top, like
I
just think it'd be
big
awesome.
Steelies bagged, just cruising.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would be super cool.
That one would definitely rank high on my list. It just wouldn't be number one because I guess they're a little more. You actually see those.
You still see those around. Yeah, I mean you still see the other stuff too.
That one has stopped, by the way.
That's okay. We're about to cut here, but that the way I look at sort of my top 3 is that there are so many other cars that I could put in 4 through 20 or 4 through 10 or 4 through 15. Yeah. Like I'm an appreciator of automotive stuff. Like I just love vehicles. So, but those top 3 are like, those are my cream of the crop. Those are the ones.
I don't have a very big car list.
Yeah.
Huge truck list.
Yeah, I'm like, I could own all the trucks. Every configuration, every drive, every cab configuration, all of them. Ford, GM, Dodge, I'll take it. I'm in. What do you think about Dave? You got a final thought here?
I'm just trying to think if I had to get one of the 3, like a 32 Coupe Roadster, a 55, or the Lincoln, I'd probably go with the Lincoln first.
Would you?
Yeah, because I'm getting a little older.
Yeah.
And I think, like, I don't know if it's a real word or not, but like the usability of
it. Yeah. You'd be able to usability. Like,
get in it,
Functionality.
You
and your buddies.
Yeah, and the dogs load into it. Like, just like to actually like be able to pile in it and like use it versus like.
Oh, yeah, a coupe or a roadster is like maybe you and a buddy. That's it.
And I think a coupe or a roadster, I've never actually been in one or driven one. So kind of like a modern Corvette. I would love to have one. I think they're so cool. I love watching the videos. But when the one comes in the body shop and I sit in it, I'm like, no. That's why I don't have one.
We just talked about this with like a 4th-gen Camaro, where like you sit on the floor. That's why I love trucks so much, because you sit on a bench and your feet go down. But Rocky had a 27 Essex, which is a that style of traditional hot rod, and it was a coupe and it was chopped. He took me for a ride in it. I've only been in the car one time because I had to sit with my head cocked like this. I'm like, I can't fit in this car. Like, my knees are up in my chest. I mean, they're so small.
Yeah, the cabs are like a bathtub.
Yeah.
Like,
So it's more like a novelty thing more than it is a practicality thing, you know. But yeah, it's so much fun talking about this stuff. I appreciate you guys coming down.
Yeah, man.
This is super cool.
Love being here.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun yesterday, and we'll have a video coming out on that probably, hopefully later this week or first of next week. And yeah, we'll do this again soon.
Awesome.
Appreciate you guys being here.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Sweet.